No, no, no. Oh, okay. We got what we got. Yo, what's happening? Rob, what's happening? I'm gonna get this quick little live in before we catch another run. And I ain't trying to do nothing. But man, basically, the only thing I wanted to talk about was Angel, what's happening? Oh yeah, everything good. Nicholas, what's happening? Man, I'm just working right now, I'm ready to go. But so man, I just wanted to talk about how a lot of people, especially, people in general, but people on the internet, one of the biggest things, biggest issues I think a lot of people have, they look at everybody and they stress themselves out to the max, trying to keep up with the next person. So not so much of my situation, but I've been stressing myself is because I want to be at a certain point in my life so bad to the point where now I got gray hair starting to come on the other side. I had it just on one side, but now it's on the other side, and I noticed it. I made it back in yesterday. Parked my truck, went to the house, got ready to take a shower, and man, I looked at the mirror, man. I was just like, man, look at this freaking gray hair coming in. That crap just like that alone stressed me out. But the biggest problem with that is because I've been working non-stop trying to get to where I feel like I should be in life. And it's just driving me crazy because I've been trying to put a time frame on everything. But, after I talked to a couple people and I just woke up and realized, like, man, I can't keep stressing myself out because stuff not moving fast enough for me. I look back where I started, where I come from. Shepard, what's happening? Yeah, I look at where I started, where I come from, and I look at my situation now. I'm like, man, I'm a whole lot better off now than I ever was in my whole life. AJ, what's happening? And I have a lot more knowledge nowadays than I had back then. And I think a lot of people go through that. You be stressed out because a lot of people look at, oh, I'm getting older. Some women look at the fact that, okay, I'm in my 30s, I still don't have no kids yet, or I'm not married yet, and they get stressed out about that. Then they start to try to force situations to work that normally wouldn't work. And I think we get like that in life, You look at, you could be 40 years old and somebody can be 22 years old and you feel like they've surpassed you in life financially and they got all this different stuff, then you start to get stressed out. Like, man, I'm in my 40s. This 22-year-old got more than me, and it'll drive you crazy. But if as long as you keep at something will happen to you. You just can't put a time frame on it. You can set goals, but if it don't happen during that time frame, it don't happen. Just don't give up. One example, I wanted to buy my first house when I was 25. It didn't happen at 25, it happened at 26. And even after I got the house, I was still mad at my house because I didn't get the house at 25. So I think I'm way too hard on myself, number one. And now I just gotta just really take in that, to be grateful for what I do have, and I'm in a lot better position than I once was. But I'm also for sure, I'm also in a better position than a lot of other people, and I'm not just even talking about finances. I'm just talking about knowledge wise, because some of the stuff I know now, like 3 or 4 years ago, I had no clue. This goes from, like, I'll give you an example. Information about my house. Like, two of my homies put me on a lot of game. How to leverage a house, and leverage credit cards and different stuff like that. How to operate this stuff properly. I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean. So one of my friends was telling me about a guy he know that had an American Express credit card. All right, somebody was trying to get off of this trailer park. They were trying to sell it. They sold it for like 60-something thousand. This dude had like $100 and some thousand credit limit. So what he did was took the money off of the credit card. I think he went and got an advance. Took that cash, bought the property, got a deed, took it to the bank, got a line of credit for the same amount, paid that credit card back off, and slowly paid that line of credit. So stuff like that. It's so many ways of obtaining capital, but you gotta have the information. A lot of times you have a lot of stuff you need in your possession, and you have no clue because you don't know how to utilize it. I mean, if you got an airplane and you don't know how to fly, then what good is it to you? That's the thing. A lot of people have a lot of stuff and they don't realize, because they don't know how to use it. They don't have the education. They have the tools, but they don't have the education to use it properly. And that's the biggest issue. So, also, I want to motivate people to just think outside the box, because everybody going left don't mean you need to go left too. You need to go right. You may discover something they don't know nothing about. Everybody doing this. That's one thing about me. I've never been the type to follow the crowd. And I think that's what helped me in life. Always went the opposite way. Always, my whole entire life. I've always, even to this day, when I'm around people I grew up around, they was like, man, you've always done things differently. Yeah, I don't want to be like everybody. I don't want to think like everybody. If we all thinking the same way and we try and get somewhere, shoot, we ain't gonna get nowhere. You need people that see stuff from different perspectives. You need different point of views. But like I say, man, read, research, all this. The biggest thing, most people follow this channel to be on some trucking stuff. But, let me see, other people making that money. Hey, fact, hey, Eric, so, me, if you want to do this as a career, that's fine. But you got to think long term, which I'm always thinking long term about everything. The money that comes in for trucking, man, you need to invest that money back into yourself, into your education, into everything. I'm going to give you an example. Like, I was watching a video of this one lady's story, this lady out of Georgia, and she was saying how she put herself in position to start getting government contracts. Hey, bro, don't want the viewers DB last stream. Hey, I appreciate it. Definitely. Yeah, so, hey, I try to drop a lot of knowledge on my videos. So if you watch a lot of old videos, you'll see. But all right, so let me get back to this lady. This lady in Georgia, right? And she mentally understood how logistics work. So she wanted these contracts. So what she started doing, she started putting herself in a position to see where it was coming from, who was moving it, how often it was being moved, etc., right? So she started paying to go to these conferences so she could bump into the person who was in charge. So it ended up working out. She ended up bumping into the person that was in charge friend. They was sitting down, chopping up. They got cool, and they had a conversation like, oh yeah, this is my friend. Let me call him. Call on the cell phone. Boom, plug them in. They met up. And that's what I mean. A lot of people are not investing back into themselves. Spend the money to go to these conferences. Get around the people that has the knowledge. All right. Don't mess up my video. So, all right. So yesterday, without getting too much detail, we had a call, 911 call for a guy had some medical issues. James was in it, and took the dude to the hospital or whatever. Before I left the hospital, me and this guy was talking, and I seen his wife with this shirt on. So I asked about the shirt, and I was saying, hey, do y'all do business with these people? Y'all know him? He's like, oh, no, I own the company. And you talking about a multi-million-dollar company, probably $1 billion company. This was the number one guy, and he said he owns several of these companies, which it was bad timing to pitch to him. I wanted to really, really bad, but it was horrible timing. So, but I brought that up to say, just being in the position to get close to these people, even if you don't talk business at the moment, try to build a relationship with them. And even if I don't do business with him directly, I probably can end up doing business with one of his friends, because rich people hang out with other rich people. So that's how it works. You know what I'm saying? You just got to put yourself in the position where something can fall in your lap. Because my first contract as a broker, I knew the person for doing business with them previously before this person started working at that company. At the dealership I was buying my 18 wheels from, this person used to work there. And when I delivered to this location, they recognized me. We started talking. Asked for my number. I gave it to them. Next day, I was getting hit up. Hey, I got this. I got this. I got this. And I was moving equipment. Heavy equipment. Like back to back. Like clockwork. So that's what I mean. Everybody look at these videos and they don't think big. They think right now, okay, this person said they made $6,000 this week and blah, blah, blah. I don't see nobody on these videos inquiring about how the taxes work on there. How do you set up corporate accounts at these places you going to go buy your equipment from? You buying trucks from? How to make this a write-off? How to write your CPA off that you're using? Because that's a write-off too. Because you're paying them from your business account. That's a write-off. Like nobody are asking these questions. They got one focus. This person bought this truck and this particular trailer and they saying they making this. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, but you watching the video and you got a ton of vision of what they doing. That's cool and all, but you need to be researching how to make that business sustain for years to come. Nobody, I haven't seen nobody doing any of this stuff. It's a whole lot more knowledge. But the thing is, a lot of people are not, they're not trendsetters. They're following the leader. Everybody's doing this, so I need to do this. If everybody doing something, me personally, it's me only, I don't want to do what they're doing. The reason why is because the value of that particular thing is going to decrease big time. I want to go to where ain't that many people doing it. And with that being said, me and Dirty Broker was chopping it up about something off camera. He told me about a fire plug. Matter of fact, I listened to the conversation, everything, politicking, and it works. And this guy basically told him, I can hook you up. Sales tax exempt, you got to be more specific. You got to be more, if you talking about like on the truck, the way you get sales tax exempt on a truck, if you get commercial tax. Long as you're running outside of the state that your truck registered in is gonna be exempt. You fill out the exemption form and you don't pay it. Now, if you running intrastate commerce, then you're not gonna be tax exempt. You're gonna pay the taxes on that truck. So yeah, but I told him, I said, he asked me, man, you think I should put out on the video? I'm like, no, you don't give out all your jewels. And that, what we talked about was, man, it blew my mind. I'm like, nah, I wouldn't get that information out. Because they going to go over there and they going to completely destroy that industry. Because everybody going to flood it. Same thing like with Hot Shot. Like when I first started running Hot Shot, man, I'm showing my people my rate confirmations. It was unbelievable. If I wouldn't have got in when I got in and do what I was doing, I personally wouldn't have believed it. That's why I was hesitant. But when I started doing it and I started seeing this, I was so happy. I was just giving the information out. Then people came in and they completely destroyed it. You know what I'm saying? People feel like they making money now. Oh, I'm making good money, I'm doing this. Bro, I was making unbelievable rate per mile. It was crazy. $45 a mile, $63 a mile, oversized loads, running short distance. I was making $100 plus $125 per mile on one single load. One load. That's what I'm saying. And I'm just getting this information out. I'm so happy. And people came in, they kept undercutting. Now they get $2.80 a mile. Man, I got a good load. Man, that is pennies compared to what I was getting. I'd take it. I ain't ungrateful. But if I'd have kept my mouth shut, the race probably would have still been great. Like, extreme. Yeah, facts. You can't give away too much. Hold on. What you need, Cameron? I got signed a drug book. Okay. This truck is like, what's happening? Yeah, but I do feel like I don't regret it, because at the end of the day I helped a lot of people. But I still feel like I kind of was a part of destroying that industry because it got flooded. I'm talking about the flooding wasn't the problem. The biggest problem was people coming in, they undercutting everything. Oh, I can do it for this. I can do it for that. I'm running loads going 20 miles, paying me $1,200. 20 miles. Consistently running it every week. That's what I'm talking about. This the stuff I was doing. This round trip from Houston up to Delaware back, $11,000. 11,000. 6,300 pound load. No, load wasn't even 6,300 pounds. Like it was like 3,000 and some pounds. But I'm running crazy loads like that. Going to Miami, $5,000. From here, $5,000, $5,500. Going up to Illinois, from my house to Illinois is about roughly 8 hours. Probably like 8-hour drive, because you gotta go through the mountains and all this crap. Man, I'm getting $3,200 to go there. Like, man, I'm talking about the money I was making is absolutely extreme. I was making this in a hot shot truck. I'm steady, telling. And all of a sudden, I continue to see them lows, the rate per mile decrease. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like, that's why I got back in the semi. I was like, I don't want to go back into another one in a hot shot. Not happening. So I bought my truck. Went back to 18-wheeler. I was like, nah, man, I'm out. Because, like I say. Huh?
Y'all spray your truck?
Yeah, we cleaned it last night. The patient had vomit all in our truck.
Okay.
Yo, but, what, you want to come join me?
What are you doing?
I'm on my little live.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah, you want to come get educated? Yeah, but them guys, they wasn't on own no knowledge. They just being nosy.
Just watching cat videos, huh?
Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, but like I say, you know, I don't regret any of it. But the thing is, if those guys could have came in and they could have kept the same energy and kept the rates up, it wouldn't be as bad as it is now. I was watching guys' videos, they talking about, yeah, you know, I got this with that load, this paying me 50 cents a mile. I'm like, what the 50 cents a mile? And this thing is 8,000, 10,000 pounds? You crazy? I mean, well, I don't care if it was a box. It was literally a box. I ain't running that 50 cents a mile. When I say a box, I do mean just a square box. I still wouldn't do it for that. The numbers don't make sense. You can go run Uber for 90 cents a mile. Uber. Who shot to join the line? Yeah, but so another thing, when I was on Dirty Broke Live, he was talking about how people was attacking him for his information he gave. Well, basically all he did was give, you know, his perspective on being an owner, owning his own trucks. Bullets, what's happening? He was giving his perspective, and he basically was saying that, you know, he didn't talk bad about the business at all. He was just saying, hey, I had my own. I felt like that being a company driver works for me. And I'm gonna tell you this here. Hey, he ain't capping about the money he making. He sent me paycheck stubs. I seen my own eye. He sent me paycheck stubs, you know. So I can understand where he come from because I started my own authority in 2015. So I'm on my second authority right now. So I get where he coming from. When you grossing this amount of money, but you got this much expenses, you got employees you gotta pay, you got taxes you gotta pay, Jordan, what's happening? You got all this stuff you have to pay, right? And your gross is this, but your net is this. And if you go be a company driver and you still make six figures, why not? Why not? Especially from what he said, you ain't working hard. You load yourself, you unload yourself, take 20, 30 minutes or whatever the case may be. Man, why not? He off the weekend. I think so. I think he off the weekend. Hey, that works for him. And when he was running his business, come on, he ain't have no truck notes. He put his kids through medical school, all that. How can you call a person like that a failure? It makes no sense. If you feel like he'll fail you, what you think about yourself? I don't think a lot of people that speak even have the knowledge or the experience to speak on a situation like that. Just because you got a truck and you going up and down the road and the check come in, that means nothing. I've been owning trucks since 2015. I'm on what? Let's see. I had my Mag first, then I had my burgundy Volvo, my white Volvo, my red Volvo. I had my Hot Shot, and I got my blue Volvo. So I had 6 trucks since I've been in the business. 6 trucks in 5 years. So that means absolutely zero to me. The longevity of it means a lot. Having a flexible schedule, you know, being off when I want to be off, still make the money I want to make, and building a good relationship. Like, I got people that I was dealing with back then that I can call them on your cell phone now. People who actually own their facilities, like a guy I used to haul pipe for. Call his cell phone. Hey man, what you got? Like that. Not no fleet manager or transportation manager. No, like the head guy. Hey man, what's going on? Hey, I'm trying to see what you got lined up. You know, and the ones that I was dealing with, the fleet manager, same thing. I got their cell phone. Hey man, what you got on? Just send some trucks so you know I take care of you. I know how you like to roll. I know the amount of money you make. I'm sending some trucks your way. That's what I mean. Building the relationships, not chasing the dollar. I chase the lanes in the relationship. The money gonna come. Once you build relationships, money coming. Period. That's just how it works. Because you have a service that they need. As long as people have a need and you can fulfill that need, you're gonna make money. I see a lot of people making a mistake of chasing money. I'm me personally, I'm not gonna chase no money. Because when you chase money, you're gonna get burned out and then you're gonna give up. You're gonna get tired of it. Because you're not in it for the love of it. You're in it for the wrong reasons. And you're gonna get burnt out. And man, that's pretty much what I'm at with it. But like I say, man, I got a lot of old videos with a lot of information on there. I got some newer videos. Like I did the video about how to do your payroll, like an actual paycheck, not the check from you start your business, you go open a business account, and like my first authority is Road Warrior Trucking, right? So my business account, I had business checks with my company name on it, but you got to fill it out. No, I'm talking about the video I did, like how to have a company check. You type the check, like it's an actual check with all your bank information, everything. The same check you get when you go to your job, like a regular 9 to 5 paycheck like that. I did videos on that, did videos on check stubs, I did videos on how to apply for your apportion tags, how to apply for your IFTA account, how to apply for your authority, how to operate your business proficiently, how to open up corporate accounts. Mine have done videos about all different kind of stuff, and that's just that. I've done videos about, you know, real estate. Why should you invest? How could you leverage it? Credit card videos, how you get your credit right, what's the proper move, everything. I done all these videos, so I got tons of information out there. CSA score, safety audits, because you gotta have safety audits. I done all that, passed them, flying colors. I've put this information out there for people. It's a lot of people, they didn't watch the videos. You know, a lot of people hit me up saying that a lot of this stuff helped them out a whole lot. But I ain't gonna say but. When I watch most of the videos on there, I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not knocking not one person. But a lot of videos are exactly the same. That's why I have a select few people that I watch consistently. It's not that I want to watch more videos. I want to gain information from a lot of people, but they're not putting it out there. You got 100 people, 90 to 95 of the people videos are exactly the same. Like, and I'm looking at the video like, man, I wish they could just teach me something. I'm on here because I want to learn, but I'm not learning, so I got to log off. You know, I was running with my boy Tay yesterday, and he was telling me about one of his friends. I was like, oh, I know that person. I seen the video, but I just couldn't watch it long because, like, I just felt like I wasn't getting it out of it. So, not a shot at them, but, man, put something in there that I can learn from. That's all I'm saying. I want to learn something from you. But, hey, man, that's pretty much it. Hey, like I say, I brought this up last week. If you in this business, let it be a gateway to open up more doors for you. You know, if you're on a op and you making a crazy amount of money, all right, I'm gonna give you this. If you're on the op and you're making a lot of money, right? Let me show you how. Besides your normal write-offs on your taxes, all right. I'm saying on the op. I'm trying to figure out a better way to put this, because I don't want to just say on the op, because this go for any business owner, what I'm about to say. It's not just for on the op. If you own a business, right? Because if you own a business, you pretty much 1099. Unless you set your whole entire business up on a W-2. So you fill out a W-4 and at the end of the year, you got to fill out a W-2. If you contract, you're gonna do a W-9. At the end of the year, you're gonna do a 1099. All right, so if you set it up, say like I've been filing business taxes for years now, so the amount of money I paid in taxes last year, when you file 2020 taxes in at the beginning of next year, the amount of money I paid the year before, if I would have paid it in full, I think by September the 30th, September the 15th, or something like that. If you paid in full the year before, the same amount of money, so I paid my 2019 taxes. If I paid my 2020 taxes in full, then when it's time to file taxes, even if I made more, I won't have to pay more because I paid it in full early, the same amount I paid the previous year. A lot of people don't know that. Look it up, research it. You ain't got to believe nothing I ever say on no videos. Everything I ever say, go research it. But if you pay it in full, you don't have to pay an additional amount of money that year that's coming up. So for 2021, if I pay my 2020 taxes in full and 2021 come and they show that I made more, it does not matter because I paid it in full. I paid the same amount I paid the previous year. So look that up. If you find anything wrong, hey, well, you missed this or you left this out, let me know. I'm not against constructive criticism. You could just shoot me the info. But like tips like that, man, it's so much stuff out there that people could talk about that could help a lot of people, because if everybody's in the same industry, everybody's, for the most part, they're going to have most of the same problems or issues, or going to have to do the same thing to sustain their business. I feel like these are the things people should learn because, like I say, you're going to start your own authority. You're going to have to deal with safety audits. You're going to have to deal with being able to pass them. You know, you're going to need your LLC paperwork, your stuff from the Secretary of State. You're going to need your operating authority letter in there. You're going to need your drug consortium letter in there. You're going to need applications on everybody that drive a truck, including yourself if you drive the truck. So if you own a business and you drive the truck, you need an application on your own self too. You need the MVR, you need the medical card, you need what else I'm leaving out? A drug test policy. Every trucking company has to have a drug test policy. Every trucking company has to have a drug test policy. You better not go to a safety audit without it. You need it. You need your maintenance records in there. You need, man, I'm trying to think off the top of my head what all you need in that file. Oh, your logs, because they're going to go through your logs. I don't know. I have to look through my books. Carl, what's happening? Carl got his own thought. He can vouch for this same thing. He needed all this same stuff to pass his safety audit. But these are the things you need to have before going into the safety audit. If you don't have them, you better get it together before you go. Because once they go through and they see it, they'll give you a little time to get it right. But if it ain't right, by the extension they give you, go to it, you don't have everything. So they don't pass you. They're like, all right, I'm going to give you 2 weeks to get it right. And in 2 weeks, 65 bound, man, where you headed to? You went 65? You in Alabama? Yeah, if it's not right, when they check it again in 2 weeks, they going to shut you down. Yo, facts. Keeping records for years. Your records, you got to keep records up to 5 years. So everything about your business, even if you shut it down, you still have to keep the records for 5 years. That's law. That's the law. I'm trying to remember what else has to be in that paperwork when you go do your safety audit. That's all I can think of right now. I'm sure I can think of it later. You know, you got any questions, you can shoot me an email. It's infonewsmario@yahoo.com. NEWSMARIO at yahoo.com. So I'm leaving some out. I can, you shoot me an email. I can go over that. Oh, longer. You threw it away. Oh, well, yeah. Because they update it all the time. Like I said, it's been 5 years for me, so I'm sure they done updated it since then. Cause I know some other stuff that's updated. I helped my cousin uh establish her authority. And when we was going over, I seen some stuff that changed. So yeah, you right. They change stuff all the time too. Uh, and they are about to go to get rid of MC number and just have a DOT number. So that's in the works. Insurance COA. What's the COA? Shay for the trucker. What's a COA? Software 112. Yeah, what's a COA? But like on your CSA, if your CSA score high, certificate of analysis. Okay. If your CSA score is high, then that's bad. And when your truck's passing by, cops will just start pulling you over. So what happens is it's called a CAR report. And it looks just like a traffic light, red, yellow, green. So when you passing by and you see them cops sitting in the median, what they doing, some of them, they are running radar, but not all the time they're not running radar. What they doing, they sitting by. As you pass by, they're typing in your DOT number, MC number on the side of your truck. On that CAR report, if it show up red or if it show up yellow, they're pulling your truck over. And when they come to your truck, they're gonna say, "Hey, I pulled you over. I'm here to perform a level 1 inspection." That's it. That's the only reason they pull you over, and it's legal. Cause in a commercial vehicle, the cops can pull you over for anything. Anything. They do not have they don't have to have a reason to pull you over. Testing of the chemical. So what you talking about, like, cause cryogenics. Oh, okay. Cause I know also what cops will do is they'll test your fuel too. So they put that little strip paper in there to see if you've been using agriculture fuel, the fuel you put in your tractors and all that, because on that fuel, to my knowledge, they don't pay taxes on it. They get like government breaks on it. So it's cheaper, basically. But you can't run up and down the highways in your commercial vehicle using that fuel. Even though it's the same diesel, it's a different color. And when they test it, if it's that color of the fuel they use in agriculture vehicles, I don't know if they shut you down, but I do know it's some penalty for it. Some major penalties for it. Major. Caught you laughing for, you must have been through that. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's all kind of loopholes. There's a lot of loopholes in this business. Tons of loopholes. And, it's just stuff you're going to accumulate over time. You'll learn it over extended time. Yeah, off-road fuel, bullets, that's right, off-road fuel. Yeah, it's the same diesel, but it's a different color, man. You get caught with that, bro, you got to pay the piper. Believe that. You definitely going to pay big time. If they can tell, yeah, facts, you are legal. It's so many different stuff. Like I'm gonna tell you, semi trucks squat too, just like a hotshot truck, and that's why they have these laws in place that your mud flaps have to be so many feet off of the ground, because what happens is when you got too much weight on there and that truck squat and your mud flaps too close to the ground, they know you heavy. So what they do, they pull them portable scales out and tell you to drive on top of them. And that's how they start hitting you with them overweight tickets. So mud flaps are important, even though a lot of people probably don't think they are. Yes. It's so much different stuff these people look for. Is ridiculous, man. See, I learned all this information from my insurance agent years ago. Well, I already knew all this stuff was on the test to get your CDL and stuff like that, but I started finding out why. That's how I found out about the cab report. I learned all this from my insurance agent. He gave me a whole package he made for me. Self-leveling veils. Yep. Because, man, I've had some level 1 inspections where they check the air pressure in my tires. They check it. They check the tread. They were saying, like, 230 seconds, 430 seconds, all that. They checked all that. They checked my defrost. Yep, truck wheel sag. They checked all my fluids under my hood. They checked my windshield wiper fluid. Man, they checked for spare fuses, triangles, fire extinguisher. They checked for illegal welds. They checked my straps to make sure they didn't have cuts in it. So, who you got for insurance? I got insurance through the company I'm leased to now. I don't want to say what company because I really hate the company. I'm trying to get from under them. I'm just waiting on my driver to get processed in so I can put him in the truck. But when I was running my authority, I started with Progressive. And it was so high I got from under them. And I went to NICO, which is National Fire and Marines. So I had a combination policy. I had my liability and cargo with National Fire and Marine, and I had my physical damage with Lloyd's, or it might be the opposite. I don't remember. But it's two different insurance companies, but it was one policy. I can't tell you the details of how they would work, but that's what I had. I guess they just teamed up together because every insurance company don't offer everything. Like Progressive offer everything. They offer the insurance agent, they offer cargo, they offer physical damage, they offer the liability, they offer everything, and that's why they so high, because they're a one-stop shop. Every insurance company don't. Another thing, I talk to a lot of people, and they say, "Oh, I use Prince's insurance company out of such and such." What these people don't realize, these are not like individual insurance company. These are insurance agents that shop with the big insurance company, and they give you quotes. So when I'm having conversations with people, they like, "Oh, I use Prince's." Well, who is Prince's? Prince's is an agent, but in your mind, they're an insurance company. They're not an insurance company. And people don't understand this about the business. It's like people hear stuff on videos, but they don't know anything about none of this stuff. And I'm sitting there like who's the company though? I get what you're saying, but who's the actual company? They have no clue. They don't even know what they paying for. They have no clue what they paying for, man. Because they keep watching these freaking videos and these people saying this stuff, but yet they don't know. They just spending money and they don't know nothing. They literally don't know nothing. It's not to take shots, but I'm just being honest. Me, I'm the type of person, I want to know everything. Okay, how you get that? Like, I know how the insurance agent, they get money, everything. The insurance agent, they make money off of the insurance policy. So if I open an insurance company, right, and it's called Harris Insurance Company, and John Doe LLC come to me and say, "Hey, I need commercial insurance." Okay, what type of commercial insurance you need? I got a whole list of questions I need to ask you. All right. What's your MC/DOT number? Write it down. Who's gonna be the driver? Oh, you gonna be the driver, John Doe? John Doe, what's your license number and what state you got a license in? What's your VIN number on your vehicle? Okay, all right. What kind of equipment you running? Like if you running dry van, tanker, flatbed, what you running? Do you haul hazmat? Do you run oversized load? What radius you run in? You running over a 300-mile radius? You running over 500-mile radius? How many trucks you running? Do your truck have a dash cam in it? Does it have a backup sensor? Is your truck governed? Let me see. Man, so much different stuff. It's tons of stuff. Then they run your credit because your commercial insurance based off your credit score too. If you ain't know that, yes. That's why I preach on credit. Get your credit right a lot of times. Because they going to give you a policy premium based on your credit. They're going to ask you where you park at. Is the place where you park at, do they have lighting? Do they have security? Is it fenced in? They going to ask you all that crap, man. And they take all that information and they submit it to an insurance company. And then now they might find 3 insurance company. And then now, you'll pick which one you want to deal with based off the service they provide and the premium that they going to charge you. So the insurance agent that could connect you to get this policy, they make money off of that policy. As long as you got that policy, they make money off of it. So now just say you got a let's say, and this is not realistic, the number $100,000. Say you got your yearly insurance is $100,000. I don't think nobody paying that, not off no couple trucks anyway, unless you got a lot of trucks, you ain't paying it. But I'm just giving you this example. All right, so you got $100,000 policy. Now what happens is you have to pay 20% of the $100,000 policy right on the spot. So you got to pay $20,000 to even get the policy started. Boom. So once you pay the 20, then the other 80% is being financed. So you paying, it's like a down payment on the car, basically. You pay your down payment, then you pay monthly installments. So that's what happened with the commercial insurance. You pay your 20%, and then you're going to have a certain amount you got to pay every month. Well, that 1 year policy is over 10 months. So you're going to pay that for 10 months. The last 2 months, you're not going to have an installment. So now you got to prepare, because once them 2 months up, you got to take that same premium again. It's probably going to, it might be lower if you don't have no claims, but you got to take this same premium, and now you got to pay it again the 13th month to start a new year policy. That's how it works. All right. Now, the other thing, if just say you switch and go to another insurance company, or you trying to lease on to somebody or anything, what they gonna tell you they need? I need your loss runs. First time they asked me that, I said I have no clue where the loss runs is. No clue. All right. Loss runs is basically you requesting documentation from the insurance company you was with to prove if you had claims or not. So it's gonna say once you call your insurance company, so I hit up Progressive, hey, I need my loss runs. All right. They'll email me a copy, fax it or whatever. It'll say no claims. And whatever I'm trying to do with it, if I'm trying to lease on to somebody or I'm trying to go to another insurance company or whatever, I send them the proof that we ain't have no claims. That's what a lost run is, if you had claims or not. So, and, all right, we talked about that. Let's go over the factoring. Factoring company. Factoring company is just basically a company that buys your invoices from you for a percentage. So if you don't use a factoring company and you bill it on these loads, it's a net 30. So you gotta wait 30 days to get paid. Whoa, what was happening? You gotta be from the South. You gotta be. Net 30 to get paid. All right. If you don't want to wait 30 days, you use a factoring company. Recourse, non-recourse. Recourse mean if that broker or shipper, whoever you got the load from, don't pay in that 30 days, they come out to you and they take the money back. The factory company take the money back. Non-recourse, they can't come out to you and take the money back as long as you did your part. All right. Non-recourse, the percentage is gonna be a little bit higher because now that factory company has to, they're gonna take the liability. Sit in front of the fire station from Natchez. Oh yeah, Natchez is only 60 miles from here. Right down 49. Yeah, so that's how they work. All right. Now, with that being said, if you decide you don't like that factoring company and you want to go to another factoring company, instead of getting lost runs, what you gotta do is it's a little more complex. So once you basically gotta quit factoring for at least 30 days. So you better have a lot of money stacked up because you can't factor no lows at this point. Everything, any load you run, you need to send it in to that particular company you ran for and wait the 30 days on your money. Once that factoring company has been paid on every load that they bought from you, so they paid you the same day. You ran the load, you sent them the company. You sent them the paperwork. They called the company you ran for, confirm it was a good load. They pay you that day. All right? And then what they do is wait the 30 days on their money from whatever broker you ran the load for. All right? Until they've been paid all their money, you can't go to another factoring company unless that factoring company decide that they want to take responsibility for them loads that the previous factory company hadn't been paid for. What they'll do is send them a check, and once they send them a check, then they release you, and you can go deal with that other company. And now they gonna wait the 30 days on the money. So that's another option, but a lot of them will try to charge you a lot of money to go that route. They might charge you $500,000, $2,000 just to even take on their responsibility. So that's another thing. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot to know about being in this business. It's more than just getting in the truck and running the truck. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things I'm touching on is part of the reason why I can understand. Well, I completely understand where he's coming from, but a lot of this stuff is examples to the viewers that's why Dirty Bro decided he wanted to be a company driver, because man, not only that you have to babysit these trucks when it's supposed to be your off time, now you're constantly doing maintenance to the truck, making sure the truck ready to roll back out Monday morning. Because as long as you, through the week, you don't want to shut the truck down through the week to get nothing done because you're losing money. So you wait till the weekend. Once the weekend comes, now you constantly working on the truck, changing tires, oil change, greasing the fifth wheel. So 7 days a week, you're dealing with a truck. You never have time to yourself. Ever. You never ever have time to yourself. So I get where he coming from when he said, hey man, if I can be a company driver and make 6 figures without the responsibility, then I want to do that, because I ain't got to change no oil. I ain't got to change no flat tire. I ain't got to pay for the fuel. I'm out. And I don't knock him for it. I don't knock him. That was one of the main reasons I leased on the land store. I was like, man, this is destroying my household. Man, I'm having arguments at the house, and you know, my girl telling me she feel like I'm neglecting her and my baby and all that. I'm like, man, screw this. I leased on land store. And I'm just like, man, I'm done. I'm done with the rest of this crap. I ain't about to do it. So y'all can't just get on videos and tell people like him, like, oh, you failed. No, people get in and out of business for different reasons. It don't mean you ain't making money. It don't mean you ain't profitable. It's just the workload be so extreme. You don't know what's going on in these people's personal life. You know what I'm saying? They kids probably came to them and be like, well, I feel like you ain't here for me. You'll never spend no time for me. As a parent, that hurt. You're going to be like, all right, I need to do something different. You know what I'm saying? You out here grinding for them financially, but what about the quality time? What about the intimate time? What about them growing up and you missing out on their life? People get out of business for those reasons too. So, man, that's just something to think about. That's about it, man. Y'all got questions, just shoot me an email. But man, hopefully this didn't go over a lot of people's head. Hopefully they didn't take it the wrong way, because I definitely didn't mean it that way. If you feel like that, I was just basically trying to give people information and give them a different way of looking at things. You know, it's easy to point the finger at people and say, oh, this person they suck, they ain't doing this right, they ain't doing that right, blah, blah, blah. But what have you done to try to help that person? Ain't nobody, most people who talking noise ain't trying to help nobody or find out what went different with them, because maybe that same person got some information that can help you to not make a mistake that they made. But if you point the finger bashing at them, guess what? You're going to miss out. And then when your turn roll around, guess what? You're going to fall flat on your face. You know what a lot of people going to do? They going to hide. They ain't going to get on no video and say, yeah, I made this mistake and that mistake and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to hide your face because you've been throwing rocks the whole time. So let's chill out with that, man, and just try to be educated. Find out what happened. Okay, this happened to you? Okay, cool. Then you saying you ain't have enough time to spend with your family? Well, if I'm going to be driving the truck, won't I just pay somebody to do my paperwork? Possibly your son or your daughter or your wife or whoever. I just pay them a percentage because I was going to have to pay this person this much. So let me just pay them to do it. That way I can just focus on driving the truck if that's what you want to do. You don't have to come home and do no paperwork. It's already being done. Plus the money staying inside your household. Can't beat it. Kill two birds with one stone. So, man, that's my little motivation for the day. Like I say, anything you want to research on the business, you go type in that information, look up my old videos, and then once you watch them, always go do your own research off of it, because not saying I know more than the next person, but I do have information. And like I said, whatever you learn off my stuff, go do your own research to back it up. You know what I'm saying? So just cross-reference. That's all. I'm holla at y'all. Peace.